Soy el hambre mostrano que me gusta lo mejor. You know what it is. It's time to book the 155 division in the UFC. After Ilia Topuria claims his 2 belts, he KO'd Charles Oliveira. You see I'm in uniform. It's still the night of. I'm hurt. Soy Charles Iluminado. Yeah, man, he broke my heart. He ruined another night. He added another Infinity Stone to the gauntlet. It's Thanos. It's fucking Thanos. It's fucking Thanos. I'm going to get right into it. The next title shot, Arman Sarukian. Look, I know him and Patty faced off. Patty is the bigger fight. There's beef there. It's going to sell more 100%. But we have to stop that. Like, we have to make people earn it. You know, because then it reminds me, like, Mavzar is probably going to get skipped again. He's going to beat Aaron Pico, probably decisively, within 5 rounds, probably a decision. Gene Silva's going to go out there and have a back and forth. He's going to have a very, very fun fight. Beats Diego Lopez, and then he might skip Mavzar. And it's just, at that point, what are we working for? What are we working for? What are we making people earn stuff for? Like, I know it's a business, and I know it's all about entertaining fights. But this is the closest fight that we'll get to Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. And I know for a fact that people, the social media is going crazy after the face-off. I know Patty the Baddy versus Ilia Topuria is the number 1 fight everybody wants. Patty Baddy's ranked number 8. He beat Michael Chandler. That's his best win. He needs one more. He needs one more. And in his number 1 contenders fight, it probably should be an easy fight. Well, if it's going to be an easy fight anyway, why not give him the champion? No. Arman's ranked number 1. He made weight. People, I have people, do you really trust Arman? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I think he right his wrongs. He rid his wrongs. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Charles Oliveira, he pulled out of the second Islam Makhachev fight. And you could look at it as pretty careless. Of course, it's an accident, but why are you hard sparring the week of the fight? Bad cut, he pulled out. I don't see anybody on Charles's back. Yes, it wasn't the night of, and he dropped the ball big, but Arman Sarukian, while Islam was in the division, was looked at as the best lightweight in the division, if not the second best lightweight in the division. He has the number 1 rank. He beat the guy that just fought for the title. This guy should be next. Please, we have to stop this, because this is what creates entitlement. This is what creates the Yair Rodriguez's. This is what creates the Justin Gaethje's. Yeah, fun, flashy fighters who can have highlight reels and probably might have a funner fight than their adversaries, but do they really deserve it? We have to get back to people who deserve fights, get fights. Now, the number 1 contender, we have Gage. The UFC website is all fucked up, so I'm sorry. We have Gaethje versus Patty. I think Patty runs through Gaethje. But he needs one more. Adding that Gaethje to his name, yeah, he's 35 years older, but adding that to your name makes you more solidified in the division. You have to get one more. And I don't think it's crazy to say that. And for Gaethje, no, he doesn't deserve the next title shot. He doesn't. They both need one more. They're both in similar situations. Gaethje saying, I'm not fighting unless it's for an elimination fight or for the title. Entitlement. A fun fighter who has fun fights, who puts on wars, who's entitled. It's entitlement. Patty Batty, I want to see the Patty versus Ilia fight. I do. But this is a more competitive fight. If you ask me, this is the closest fight that we get to Islam and Ilia Topuria. This is Ilia Topuria's hardest match. This is tough guy, come forward, in on your hips. Dominant wrestling. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Dominant wrestling. This is his most competitive fight. Let Patty earn it. Wow, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Gaethje, you feel like you're next. Patty, you feel like you're next. Neither one of you next. You both need one more. Fight each other. As you see right here, in this simulation, Charles Oliveira retired. I don't want to see Charles Oliveira fight anymore. This was the worst finish he's had in his career. Brutal. He just had another baby. He's getting older. He's well off. He's well paid. Just got a big house. You know, he's a family man. I think it's time to ride off in the sunset, because from now on, it's nothing but fun fights. If you do want to fight, because you're never going to fight for a title again, probably. So it's nothing but fun fights. And those fun fights include Dan Hooker. Those fun fights include Max Holloway. And yeah, while they're fun, what are you fighting for? You're at that point just fighting for a paycheck. You're not fighting to be champion. And you're risking taking more damage. I don't think Charles Oliveira will ever be the same after this Ilia Topuria fight. He was out cold before he hit the mat. I think Charles had a hell of a career. His legacy set in stone. One of the greatest title runs we've ever seen. My second favorite fighter of all time. That spot would never probably be taken. I think he needs to retire. Moving on. Dan Hooker needs a fight. Dan Hooker versus Rafael Fiziev, sign me up. A lot of people, I see people saying Rafael Fiziev versus Gamrot 2. It's interesting. I see people saying Hooker versus Max if he wins. That's very, very interesting. It is. We're doing Hooker versus Rafael Fiziev 3 rounds. Rafael Fiziev, I think it's time for him to start looking up. in the rankings. He took Gaethje on short notice. Had a very competitive fight with him. It was competitive. It was competitive. He just beat an unranked guy, prospect. Kind of schooled him a little bit. Showed there was levels. Let's put him in there against Dan Hooker's. A striker's delight, 3 rounds. Let's not do too much. Make it a feature fight. You know they're going to war. You know they're going to bang. This is a fun fight. Sign me up. Who would want to see Dan Hooker versus Rafael Fiziev? Yeah, Hooker's fighting back, but he's been off for a while. His face has been out of the scene for a while. I think this is a good fight to come to. A fun fight. Winnable for both guys. You know Hooker's going to come on late. He's going to storm on late. He's not going to go away. Rafael Fiziev is going to fatigue as the fight goes on. Both guys have power. I think this is a good fight. Now with Max Holloway, we're going to do Max Holloway versus Mateusz Gamrot. Win or lose. Now if Max beats Dustin, he won't. If Max beats Dustin, it's even better, right? Because the champion right now is a guy that knocked Max out. So Max is going to beat number 5, Dustin, and then look at a title shot. He's going to need one more for sure, if not more. Because the guy you're fighting, yeah, it was a different weight class, but he knocked you out cold. Stiff, right? When we look at the rankings here, Gaethje will be out of the picture. In this simulation, I'm kind of inferring if Gaethje beats Paddy, then he's fighting for the belt. If Gaethje loses to Paddy, he's retiring, right? And then in this simulation, Charles Oliveira's retired. So there's only one guy that's going to be ranked ahead of him, and that's Arman Tsarukyan. He's fighting for the belt. So when you put all that logic into it, win or lose, I think he should fight Mateusz Gamrot. Mateusz Gamrot just fought an unranked guy, gave an unranked guy a chance. It's time to look up. Time to get more guys up here. Let's see if Mateusz Gamrot can actually go on that title run. It's a fun stylistic matchup. Mateusz Gamrot has been looking very improved in the striking. Very technical, very fast. Max Holloway's going to try to negate that wrestling. It's going to be interesting. Can Mateusz Gamrot get in on the wrestling? Can Max Holloway stick out that jab? I think you make this a 5-round fight night main event. I think you do, especially if Max wins. If Max wins, I think you make this a 5-round fight night main event in a crowded arena. Stylistic clashes. You got the wrestler with decent striking. You got the striker with really good takedown defense. Mateusz Gamrot has chin issues, has chin questions. Max Holloway doesn't have the greatest power, but at 155, he looks dominant. I think this is a really good fight that you can make. And then it's not much else. I got Beneil Dariush. I think she should get the winner of Joel Alvarez. That fight's happening in August. Beneil Dariush, while he did win, he's looking like a guy who his best days are behind him. He got dropped on Moicano. It's not a good look. And the performance he had, yeah, he dogged it out, and it was tough, and it was gritty, and there was some good exchanges, but he looked tired. He looked sloppy in there. He looked very hittable. He looked very beatable. I think this is a guy you give to a prospect and let them get a Beneil Dariush on their name. I think Dawson could beat Beneil Dariush. I think Joel Alvarez probably finishes Beneil Dariush. So I think that's the fight you made. And I think you do Huffy versus BSD in Paris. Let's stack that Paris card even more in September. BSD, let's put you on Paris. Huffy hasn't taken damage ever. It'll be a scrap. It's going to actually be a guy who's going to go for it and actually get in Huffy's face and actually make him fight and actually wrestle. So it's going to test a lot of things. We're going to see what Huffy does when it's really a war and it's gritty and it's not pretty and it's not tit for tat where you're just comfortable. Let's see what it looks like in an uncomfortable fight. Let's see what it looks like when a guy's in on his legs. Pressure. Let's see what that looks like. And that's pretty much it. I just booked the rest of the division. Arman title shot. Charles is gone. Gaethje title eliminator. And if he loses against Paddy, he's going to retire. If he wins, he fights for the belt. Max Holloway is obviously fighting Dustin. I got Dan Hooker going against Rafael Fiziev, a striker's delight. Beneil Dariush fighting the winner of Dawson and Alvarez. The only guy that doesn't have a fight booked right now is Michael Chandler and Nato Moicano. I don't want to see Michael Chandler fight. And Nato Moicano, I don't know. I don't know what to do with these guys. Maybe you make them fight each other, but is that something we want to see? I don't know. I was under the Michael Chandler and Benoit Saint-Denis is a fun fight, I guess, because you know it's going to be sloppy, you know it's going to be a mess, but you know it's going to be violence. And Michael Chandler versus Huffy intrigues me, but I don't feel like I could trust Michael Chandler to be in on the legs and wrestle and fight smartly against Huffy. So I'd rather see BSD, who's just going to go for it by down on my piece against Huffy. Let's just test them out. And 14, being ranked 14 is a little better than being ranked 12 because you're closer to that top 10. He can get another fight in without rushing. So I like it. This is what I would do with the lightweight division. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody I know they enjoy it. Let me know what matchups I went wrong. Let me know what matchups you would rather see. With that being said, you ain't got to go home. You got to get up out of here, man. Yeet.